Hey, you guys! You guys can hear me, hear my voice? If you do, please write in the chat. According to what they say, yes, perfectly.
Okay, what about me?
What's up, people? Can you hear Double Rat, aka Jitters?
Yeah. Jitter, jitter, jitter.
Yep.
Alright. Fix that. Go to this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're just messing around right now, trying to get things working, and yay, 97 viewers. I almost shit myself earlier when I was like, what is with the 600? What? Ugh.
Hey, whoa.
Yep. Oh, hello, Laura. Okay. Do the voices sound generally equaled out?
So far, so good. And my Windows Media, not my Windows, but my Firefox just basically just went kaput on me all of a sudden. I'm like, great. At least I'm not streaming this. Yeah.
Sorry, my microphone, I'm using the laptop microphone because my headset broke.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And for people asking what to call me, oh, hold on, I might be able to fix this.
We should...
Hold on. The Scooby-Doo sound again? Come on, seriously? Okay, hold on, I might have a microphone. No! Stop being a turd.
Well, you always fix that microphone with,
Okay, hold on. Do you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a lot better? Is that better?
Yeah, a little, yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, sorry, I'm super loud apparently. Turning myself down then. That's usually not the issue. Alright, there we go. Alright, do you want me to play the intro video, guys?
Well, you know what? We're at 98 and it keeps on rising. You know what? Hang on, let me go check it, see if she's online.
Okay.
But she is not. So you know what? I already have a perfect way to how to get this thing. So let's get this party started.
All right, I'll play the video now.
And just basically how you want to basically have it end on the deal. You either keep it on the mini arcade show like we usually do. So.
Okay, what? What?
Just pause the video when you're, just before it disappears.
Okay.
Basically, as soon as the music kind of dies down, just pause it.
Okay. Okay. And it's
done. Well, welcome to a special episode of the Mini Arcade Show. I am your host, me, Spirit Moon, with my co-host, Miles Gonzo. Flutter Knight is basically absent for right now because probably due to certain difficulties. She probably will be joining us a little later on. But now we're here with the one and only Jitters. And she basically was doing a very deep details of the interview of basically the person behind Discord Who's, the real interview, the real story. We actually did a interview with the doctor before a while back. If you guys actually follow us on the Mini Arcade Show. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, without further ado, Jitters, how you feeling after the big reveal?
I'm feeling a lot better. I was in a combination of stress from other things, lack of sleep because of my nerves, and just generally thinking something would go wrong. But now everything's really good. I've gotten a lot of supportive messages, and I feel really great.
What was the highest number on that big reveal?
I think it was around 627 or something.
Actually, I actually have an official account. You had 682 was your top peak.
Holy
Fuck.
Wow, okay.
680.
Dude, I can never even get past. I never break 30.
Yeah, I was there. I was there for the big reveal. I listened to everything and I watched everything basically unfold. And everything, I mean, you were, of course, I was there during the technical difficulties, but it turned out fine. Yeah, everything turned out really terrific.
Despite all of that, everything went A-okay, and a lot more than A-okay, and you every time you opened up the chat, it was freaking flooded with still a lot of fan comments.
Yeah, the people that loved you and everything. I haven't seen one negative comment. I mean, except for Release the Kraken, but that's besides the point.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
I only had
So
two negative
even on
comments
Tumblr, you're still loved.
Yeah. No, but like I said, I did have two negative comments on Tumblr. One was just some stupid anon that said "fuck you," so I just said, "Sorry, I don't do that with faceless people. We could go on a date first, see how that goes." And another person was just saying that they couldn't, they thought they couldn't really connect me with another person that they weren't fond of. So, but that's okay. That's like one person.
Awesome. Wow. But I mean, did you really ever expect to actually reach so many followers?
Honestly, no. I've been struggling for quite a few years in the art community on various different galleries. I used to be on Y Gallery when I was a stupid 16-year-old who thought that shipping was the best thing ever. Then I went on for Affinity. Kind of got, I guess, semi-popular status, but it still wasn't really satisfying or anything. It's just kind of, okay, I'm just kind of getting better. And so I really expected something kind of slightly noticed, but nothing really big, because that's always what happened whenever I made a Tumblr blog, so I didn't expect the influx of followers that I got with Discord hooves.
Where did you think actually your biggest breakthrough was?
What do you mean by that exactly for breakthrough?
Breakthrough in the art community, like your major breakthrough to actually realize, hey, I'm a pretty good artist, and I'm pretty much realized that I'm becoming famous, like I was when I was bald Dumble Rat.
I think I realized that probably when I hit around 2K on Discord hooves, because I noticed how fast I'd hit it, and I was sitting there going, how the hell did that happen? I don't even know. And I did an art trade with little Miss J, and I was getting some mixed reactions at first, but as it kept going, I started getting better and better reactions, and with that, I kept striving to get better, and because of that, more people followed, and I was just sitting there going, what? I know that I used to, like, practically flip the table every time I noticed that another day went by where I had 70 more watchers. Where are you all coming from?
From the deepest part of the Tartarus, probably. But, the TARDIS, sorry, TARDIS. Anyways,
just say sexy.
They should, huh?
Just say sexy, it's easier that way.
Yeah. But, okay, I gotta ask you this question. This one, I noticed that no one else has really asked you. Because basically this whole entire reveal and everything, you also revealed yourself to very few people on your own. But one of them, actually, particularly you just mentioned, was one of them. And that was Little Miss J. You told me about this before, that you actually, on one of his streams, made him cry.
Yes.
Care to explain the story? Care to explain the story behind that?
How in the world did you make someone like that cry?
Okay, what?
That's a big man to make someone cry.
I regret not having it recorded or anything, but what happened was, he came into one of my live streams and said, hey, do you want to do an art trade? Because your art looks pretty cool. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. I love your blog. Your blog's kind of one of the reasons I did this in the first place. So, I went into his stream when he was doing the trade, his half of the trade, and he said, hey, you want to come and Skype into the conversation? And I said, well, okay, but I'm not gonna really use my real voice. So I went in there and just kind of covered it up with a British accent and chatted in there for a while. And he was asking why it was so secretive, saying, you can post in the chat. I won't show the live stream. So I linked my YouTube page, and he just, the whole thing just went silent. And he's like, no, hold the phone. And then he just started doing this weird little fanboy thing, and then he started crying because he was in shock from the fact that he thought I would be starstruck, and then it switched around and he was starstruck instead. So, like, he literally was like, I'm sorry, I'm crying, I'm so starstruck. What? Because apparently he really likes Derpy. So it was pretty great. I'd say that was probably one of my more memorable brony reactions to my voice.
I think one of my memorable ones I remember when you actually revealed yourself was to Gonzo.
Yes.
I remember that day.
You might as well tell them now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
You can try to reenact it if you want.
I don't know how to reenact it. I just know what we did was the first time he introduced me to Gonzo, just saying, hey, so this person can do your Little Miss Rarity dub. By the way, this is Bald Dumbo Rat. And he was like, what? And I did a Fluttershy impersonation, and he almost died of a heart attack. And
so he was like,
yeah, and then later,
Get an AC.
later,
I didn't turn the AC on.
yeah, and then later, Moon Spirit thought it'd be really freaking hilarious if we also did another shock where we're just talking casually as me using the voice filter as Jitters, and then just randomly I came off the filter and used my derpy voice, and once again, Gonzo almost had a heart attack.
It was priceless. I couldn't help it. I mean, hell, I'm not called Mean Spirit for nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the master has me beat by a long shot. I swear, if you guys, you and the master comes to Equestria LA, I would literally kick him in the nuts. This thing, that's for being a dick. I can see him high-fiving me.
I wouldn't know. He'd probably be disturbed when I try to. I'm thinking that if people help me get to Equestria LA with Flutter Night, I might just decide to dance Gundam style. Just
Man, watching a red-headed big bad actually doing a Gundam.
watch a fat ass Hoosier dance to a song from Korea.
Oh, I still remember when Gonzo was showing the pictures, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, let's do the slideshow. I'm like, all of a sudden, like going through the pictures, like, have you been through these pictures, Gonzo? I said, no. It's like, oh, great. I know he took a picture of you. I had to go through the pictures real quick. So I basically, oh, there's two pictures. One was kind of blur, but I still take that one out, and this, the good picture of you in there. So I had to take that one out too.
I didn't post your pic yet because I took a lot of pictures despite the stabbing leg pain that I ended up getting from a little screw up in Chicago.
I'm sorry.
But at least I got the vast majority of stuff.
I just had a very awkward realization just now. Technically, people can tell me stop hitting yourself.
What?
Think about it. If I'm Discord Hooves and I'm also derpy, I've been hitting myself.
Yeah, of course. Stop hitting.
That's a nice little shipping waiting to happen.
I still get a kick out of that. What was it? The MTV Awards in 2003, I believe. And they had Stifler and Justin Timberlake as the host, and they had like the intro to like The Matrix 2. And what was it? Basically, a whole bunch of Stiflers just running around, and all of a sudden, he's basically one of the Stiflers punches the other Stifler, and says, "Stop hitting yourself." I don't know. You have to check that out. It's on YouTube. It was pretty damn funny. Huh?
Hang on, I'm just taking a look at. I decided to take a look and see what's on the Today show.
But anyways, getting down to the main point of this whole entire ordeal, that basically what makes this all worthwhile was the wait. I mean, were you actually having second thoughts before you actually literally did the reveal?
I was nervous. I was very nervous, but I knew I wanted to do it. Hold on, there's a cat. Sorry.
Ow.
I now have a cat.
No.
Meow. On the stream. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is Sam. He's a fluffy kitty. Now they can look at Sam while we talk. Anyway. Yeah.
Cats? Oh, the kitty cats. I dance what I dance.
And now he's really gonna walk off. Anyway. Yes, my manly eyebrows. I scare people with these eyebrows.
Damn.
Now, I wanted to tell you this about this Jitters. When I saw the picture of you, you reminded me of someone who I knew from my past, and that was my old roommate when I was working at a job over at Yosemite named Ted Smith. And you two share the same facial features.
That's interesting. I've had people tell me that I have James LaBrie eyebrows. James LaBrie from Dream Theater. And when I look at him, I'm like, I do kind of have James LaBrie eyebrows. Another person said I had Matt Smith's eyes. So I'm trying to compile together exactly what features I had. Somebody said it looked like that actor who plays one of the Frog Brothers in The Lost Boys. I can't remember what his name is, but like, I don't know. I have like a weird compilation of different people's facial features.
Wow. Well, at least you have different features. At least you look like multiple people.
Yeah.
Man with a thousand faces. Woohoo!
Voices and voices.
Yes, and voices to go with it. So I guess we get to the actual interview itself, and basically like we did before, but this actually goes into more deeper details and more into your whole entire persona. So let's get to this. Let's start out with the very first one. When did you first realize your fandom, your basically your talent, your very first talent in the Brony community?
What happened was I was mostly just kind of farting around on Pony-chan because I had nothing better to do. And I drew a couple of things, but I was really awkward with drawing ponies at first. And just looking for things to do. And I could do a really good Fluttershy impersonation. And I noticed that there was a group, My Little Pony Abridged, looking for some voice actors. And I really like Abridged series because I like Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. And so I did a audition as Fluttershy, but then I realized that they said that they already had a Fluttershy. So as a joke, I decided, okay, I'm going to try Derpy Hooves because I like Derpy Hooves, and I want to try to come up with a silly voice for her. And I thought of kind of doing something kind of like a female Goku, except cuter. And that's where I got the phrase banana muffins, and I got the role. And I had no idea how much people would react to that voice. I did a quick little notice for My Little Pony Abridged, and more people started liking the voice. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna do a bunch of little line requests. And those, at first, there was a lot of people that didn't like my voice, and I thought, okay, this probably isn't for me. But for some reason, the longer I went, the more it grew on people, and the more I noticed people were just liking it. And so I kept going, and it just kind of fell into place that people generally accepted my voice as the Derpy voice. It really came out of left field. It just one day it clicked. Oh, wow! Apparently I'm the Derpy voice. So okay, I guess I'll keep doing it. And I did the Dr. Hibbs and Assistant series, and it just kind of exploded from there. I know I'm an actor, but obviously my best talent is drawing, so that was really tough for me because a lot of people, if they looked up my art, all they'd find is a bunch of stuff on Fur Affinity that I wasn't exactly proud of because I don't have a job and I'm generally just, hey, I'll just draw anything if somebody just throws money at me, please, because I don't have a job. And that generally got me some really weird things, such as coyotes getting snorted up buffaloes' noses, and I kind of don't want to be known for that. So
It happens.
yeah.
So So when you actually figure that you became, okay, that's your whole entire voice persona from there. But then when do you realize you weren't an artist? I mean, literally, everybody knows anybody can draw, but basically becoming an artist is usually a privilege that's earned. When did you first realize you earned that privilege?
Oh gosh. See, the thing is, my mom, most of my family is very artistic, and I used to steal crayons and draw on the walls and stuff, and trace a lot of my Disney books. And in kindergarten, I remember getting into a really heated argument with a little girl on how to draw people because she drew them as these circles with smiley faces and stick arms and legs, and I got really mad at her and said, no, they have bodies and the legs are like this and then their head is here, and really got mad. And I think that was a big indication that I was an artist because I wanted things to look correct. And I was always drawing stuff, and I got my first art book when I was 10, and that thing got filled up within, I think about a year. And ever since then, I started always getting more art books, and I now have over 37 art books filled to the brim with the sketches that I would do during class.
Nice. So, okay, then from there, from you realize all that. Where, I mean, the idea for Discord Who's basically, as it was said in the last stream, basically it was an expression of yourself. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go into a little more detail into that if you want to?
Yeah, that's fine. I guess a little difficult to explain in its entirety, but I had a really shitty life growing up. I grew up with an extremely fundamentalist Christian mother, and being the way that I am, not being comfortable with my gender, it just makes me feel like I have to lie to myself and I have to lie to everybody. And my dad didn't live with her. He was, drunk and always in jail all the time, and it just, a lot of stuff happened. My family was generally not a very good family. They were always yelling at each other. Christmas dinner was the worst possible thing ever, and I need therapy every time I came home from Christmas dinner. See, the thing is, I grew up in a family where I had a Buddhist half-sister, a Wiccan cousin, an atheist dad, a fundamentalist mom. I think one of my family members was Catholic. I can't remember what my grandma was, but whatever it was, my mom didn't agree with it, even though it was still some form of Christianity. And I don't know what else was in there. It was insane. Nobody in that family got along with anybody, and it was ridiculous. So I kind of learned to just fade away and pretend like I was agreeing with everybody. And I started doing that with just people normally in life, like teachers, friends, things like that, and just sort of smile and nod and become another thing. And I always was trying to help other people because I was a goody two-shoes. But inside, I had a lot more going on. I actually, I have a very dark mindset on the inside, which is why I'm able to pull off this story the way that I do. And it's really, there's so much in there that's personal that it's really hard to pinpoint one thing and go on it. If somebody asks about something that the doctor says, I can probably explain it right away what it means to me and how it contrasts to my life. I'm trying to think of a really good moment that happened. Hold on. Let me just quickly go there.
Well, I think one of the moments was actually when with the whole entire Derpy incident.
Yeah.
You actually were expressing expressing a lot in that one piece that you did.
Yeah. There's a specific post where the doctor is choking Derpy, and she's having a nightmare. But I actually drew that specifically on the day that they gave her that really bad censored dub of her voice. And I was so pissed off by the drama that surrounded that I just, I just needed to get it out. So I drew the doctor strangling her because, and he says that she's just, he literally calls her a useless piece of shit, and that's kind of how I was feeling at the time, because I felt, while people really like me for this voice, it's not going to ever mean anything. In the end, they're just, people are going to eventually drop off, and it was just sort of a trap. That's what it felt like. It felt like a trap. Eventually, I would lose. And there's so many times where I want to just get rid of it. But at the same time, I still love being derpy. It's just hard because it's still kind of not really me. Here's the post, by the way. I posted it a couple days after that episode, but I drew it on that day.
Yeah.
So.
All right. That's pretty much explains about your whole entire expression in your art. Now, your whole entire persona of basically of jitters. Basically, okay. Let's get into. I know you explained it about I guess the word I'm looking for is you feel like you're a woman, a man stuck in a woman's body. Is that pretty much sums it up for you on that?
Basically.
I
used to actually be quite comfortable with that. About 5 years ago in school, I didn't tell my mom or anything or my family, but I had a big circle of friends. They all called me he. My teachers called me he, and I had a different name back then that I had people call me, which is Kevin. I have personal reasons that I don't go by that anymore, but I was generally kind of happy back then. But then I got into a relationship with somebody who was all butthurty about it and couldn't accept me for who I was, so I felt obligated to change myself for them. And I broke up with them, and I wound up thinking, okay, I'm not sure what to do with myself. Maybe there's something wrong with me, and I wound up going with another person, and it was even worse. And I wound up in a 3-year relationship where I was just constantly being forced to act like something I wasn't. Grew out my hair, tried to wear really girly clothes, and had a lot of people telling me that I was really ugly looking like that, because I do not look very attractive as a female, and I was just trying so hard. I was so miserable, and it just, I really lost who I was.
Basically, you're suffering from identity crisis.
Yeah, and just last year, I broke up with him because I actually got a little suicidal for a bit, and my roommate pointed it out, and I had a long talk with my roommate, and I realized, I need to get away from this, because I'm completely trapped, and the only thing holding me back is this person, and I'm holding myself back because I'm holding myself back for this person. So I got out of there, and my life has been happier than I've ever had, because I'm away from my mom, I'm away from my family. Yeah, it was Bones that I had that conversation with. He picked up on the signs because he noticed I was doing things like staring vacantly at walls, and I said stuff like oh, you don't have
basically
to.
all the signs of
without directly saying I was thinking about it, I would say stuff that
suicidal
implied
depression.
that I was, and he's been through that, so he was talking to me about that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And also he helped me realize that I was in love with Aces, or Keiko, or Zaki. He doesn't care if I say his real name, but he's been actually with me for... He's been my friend for 10 years now, and he's always had a crush on me, but it developed a lot more into a more responsible, sort of caring. And he promised, even though I didn't have the same feelings for him, that he'd still be my friend, and he'd always be there to make sure that I was okay. And I, realized this person has been here this entire time, and I've been treating him like shit. I will say right now that he is kind of like, for Discord hooves, Derpy is kind of like him. He was always pining after me, and I just completely disregarded him. I treated him like crap. I went with other people, and it took me a very long time for it to snap and go, actually, it's this person who's been here for me this entire time. This is the person I need. This is the person who makes me happy. So, with him, when in my old relationship, I'd get in an argument almost every other day where I would wind up sobbing by the end of the day, and something always bad would really happen. I was really paranoid. I really hated myself. But with him, with Keiko, Ace Zeki, I don't know what you guys want me to call him, but either way, we've been together for a year, and we've only had 2 arguments, and they were both nerdy debates. One was over Doctor Who, and the other one was over Beowulf. So we don't even argue. We get along really well.
I just know something in the stream.
What?
Am I seeing this correctly in the chat? Little Miss Rarity is in the stream.
I'm not sure if it's the real one or not, though.
I don't know. I did try to send
like
Little
I said,
Miss Rarity a deal.
Little Miss J already knew who I was a long time ago.
Yeah, but I was going to have you two talk about that day if he actually was going to be
on Skype.
Yeah, if it is really you, Little Miss Rarity, or Little Miss J, please, you have my Skype deal. Just
yeah, you also have my Skype too. So
how about I just try to see him if I can add him or something.
Yeah, let's. If you are the Little Miss Rarity, please send me a note on Skype saying that it is you. Just to be on the safe side. If it is you, I'll add you to the call.
Yeah, and then I'll make you cry again. I mean, what?
Make you cry again. Cry on stream. Oh, this is the moneymaker. Oh my god.
I also have my deal, Jay. You're still on my contacts, oddly. Not to sound like a stalker, because shit, we never talk. I never can message you.
You have to know about how about the media community, how to actually contact certain people.
I'll poke him.
Or when.
Hold on.
Just always have to send a note. They'll get back to you.
Oh.
There.
Well, if.
Damn.
Bam. Just
Okay,
wait.
yes, nothing.
All right,
So far.
I'll go ahead and add him in. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Miss Rarity. And
Yes, we,
oh,
ladies and gentlemen, we actually have Little Miss Rarity coming onto the stream.
You're kidding me?
Little Miss Rarity, or I say Little Miss J. Jay, how you doing, my friend?
Whoa, your mic's cutting out or something.
Welcome to the actual revealing stream, I should say.
It's a very revealing stream.
Yeah.
Oh my.
What's up? I haven't seen you since BronyCon.
Not much. I'm supposed to be working on a Little Miss Rarity update right now, but I saw this stream, and in the last 30 minutes, I've gotten 25 notes about making Jitters cry and how, or something like that. I don't even know. I don't know.
Well, what she said was she made you sob to tears.
Was that what it was?
Yeah,
I didn't read the notes. I skimmed over them and I went, that's it.
Yeah, remember when you were live streaming and you first found out who I was? You freaked out. You were like crying for about 5 minutes.
Oh, when I had the fangasm.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Exactly.
You were the voice actor
You guys are
behind
awesome. Sorry.
one of my favorite videos ever made.
Yeah, and she's now voicing your creation, which I'm still dealing with, and I'm also dealing with a lot of other stuff as well. But I'm still on it, mind you guys.
Yeah, how does that make you feel? Me owning your character's freaking voice,
You making orgasmic noises as Rarity masturbates. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that video and I was like, wow, I'm actually honored that this video was made. That's an amazing little...
I've been watching your vlog since I joined since before I joined Tumblr. After Pink Amina quit, I was like, no! And then I found your blog. And I'm like, okay, more good stuff. And then I sat there going, you know what, I'm going to try to join Tumblr and see what I can do.
And then cross-Tumblr rape happened.
Yeah.
I guess if you really think about it, Tumblr is basically another journey. A journey to oneself.
Tumblr's awesome.
It is.
It's one of the most well-designed sites I've ever been to, and
and
they
haven't done any updates where I get pissed off at it either. I've seen they do these little subtle updates that are actually convenient, unlike YouTube where they keep changing shit up, and I'm like, what the hell? I can't find anything. How am I? You guys suck. But no, Tumblr seems really, really user-friendly.
On YouTube, I absolutely can't stand how, in order to view my comments, there has to be a new comment, or else the button to view my new comments just disappears. And I'm like,
yeah.
How do I look at my comments now?
Or I hate the fact that I can't just look through my favorite videos on my own page anymore. I have to go and click to another page to look at my favorite videos, and then it forces them into a playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Frustration at its finest.
Aw, mommy.
Wow. And yeah, if you're joining us right now, yes, we actually have the major reveal of the Discord Who's, aka Jitters. Basically the big reveal that in fact, it was Dumble Rat this whole entire time. Right now, also we have little Miss J here in the call right now. If you guys are joining us, yes, it is. These are the real people. These are the people behind it.
Real McCoys.
Real McCoys. So, yeah, you actually have. You are literally at. You have arrived. Yay. Yeah.
How did I sound like Aces? I'm confused.
Huh?
Momi said I sound like Aces. That confused me. What did I do?
Whoopsie.
What?
I'm so confused.
I don't know.
Oh, Marshy
Probably
is
a
probably
lag.
saying something.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have picked that up from him just a bit. Anyway,
I still get a kick with you about you and Aces. I mean, that's amazing. Okay? That actually leads us to our next question.
Really twice.
Where did the whole entire story with Jitters and Ace? Where's the story? How did that story ever came place?
The characters, you mean?
Yeah, the characters.
Actually, it was long before I came up with Jitterbug. I just wanted to come up with a mobster character, and I came up with Jack Thatcher. And we just kind of played around with that, because we're always coming up with different character ideas and story ideas to do. And with that, he came up with Mitch, who's, that big dumb guy, who's kind of a bit of a tsundere, honestly. And always has to deal with Jitters because Jitters is out of control all the time. He's that little guy who's young, really experienced, and jack of all trades. And originally the story was that they were gonna be fighting over a girl, but it wound up that they wound up working so well together with how much they argued that they wound up having this sort of love-hate relationship. And once I made Jitterbug, I based it more off of Jack, the concept of Jack. Because I really like Jack, and after that, I said, okay, make it a pony, and then what would Mitch be as a pony, and that's how Aces came about, and it just kind of developed from there. Philly Twy and Miss Twy, there's marshmallows in the chat, and a rarity, that's another marshmallow.
We'll probably add her later on, because we have Jay in the stream. I have a question for Jay. What was your first initial when you first realized that you made when you were basically when Jitter came to your stream and whatnot? What was your first reaction?
If I were to recreate that reaction, it would be terrifying. Um, I didn't know exactly who it was right off the bat. Like, everyone who was in the Skype call was all freaking out, but I don't know people by names. So I was just sitting there going, who? Who's Bob Dumbo? What? And then they came along and they were like, oh, it's the person who voiced this, and they linked a video. That video happened to be one of my favorite videos on all of the internet. And I just started squealing and freaking out and breathing all heavy, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god.
And if I remember, you actually did this live. You actually freaked out on live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nobody was hearing the Skype call. Everyone was just hearing me. So in front of, I think there was like 78, maybe 88 people in the stream at the time, were just hearing me having a severe fangasm.
Yeah.
And it was... oh, my heart was about to explode. I was like, oh my god, oh my god.
Awesome, because I remember Jitters was telling me all about it, and I was like, you did what? To who? What? Why?
I said, I think,
like, it was a moment.
I seriously think my top 3 reactions to people finding out who I is would be Little Miss J's, Gonzo's, and that British guy who fainted at BronyCon. Those were the best reactions I've ever had.
I still love how Gonzo reacted. It was so funny. Like, I got turned easy on. I can't breathe. It was awesome.
Just going crazy.
Yeah, so this British guy fainted because what happened was he was talking to Keiko at the convention, saying, "Oh my gosh, you're the voice of Dr. Hooves. I knew I recognized your voice. Is Derpy around?" I walk up from behind him and I go, "Hiya!" And he just faints. He just literally fell over and wasn't it who tried to catch him? Momi, was it you? I remember somebody tried to catch him and they couldn't quite catch him and he just fell over onto the ground.
Oh, poor Brit.
It was great.
Kind of got my reaction beat.
Yeah. But see, we didn't do it to once to Gonzo. We did it to him twice with him basically having a heart attack twice, which actually was the best because the first reaction was actually because we know this Dumbo rat and just like if people in the stream are actually listening about it, and basically she did a Fluttershy impersonation and basically Gonzo nearly had a heart attack. So we did the second revealing of yes also she's also the doctor. I don't know. I think I'm exaggerating on the voice. He was like
Yeah, something like that.
Speechless.
But all in seriousness, yeah, you have caused quite an upstir, Jitters.
I noticed. the jitters have been rustled and possibly moistened. I don't know.
My Ask box is absolutely stuffed full of people talking about Jitters, and I'm just like, I was like, what is going on?
I'm sorry.
I knew there was a stream going on because I got a note a while back from it was either from Mean Spirit.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and it was like, hey, we're doing an interview with Jitterbug Jive. Yeah, come check it out. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. And I didn't really ignore it, but I was busy as fuck. So
Well, you're here.
yeah, I'm here now. But like, I looked in my Ask box and I'm just scrolling through and like 25 notes in a row. I see Jitters and crying and boo-hoo and stuff like that. And I'm like, I didn't even read these. What's going on? Who's talking about me? I need to find out.
Yeah.
So I referred back to the stream on my way here, and I'm like, I am so confused right now. And then everyone
hey guys, that's your cue. Go ask Momi a whole bunch of questions about me.
You know, this would be a great time to ask a very interesting question. Since now basically the doctor has been let out of the bag now, uh, do you think we actually be seeing probably more more interactions with other tumblers, or possibly a lot more questionnaires to your actual persona, especially on the Jitters blog?
Well, I do know I'll be a lot more open and interactive with people, that's for sure. I'm not sure about doing more crossovers or anything, but I always like doing shoutouts when I can, even to, the smaller blogs. Like, whenever he does this little lusty escapade, which he stopped doing, but he's gonna start going into towns and stuff, so I might chuck someone in the background, something like that, because I do like, it's my followers who are the reason why I'm where I am, so I do like to try and, give something in return for that. Obviously I can't please everybody, but, I try to do what I can, and I am willing to work with other blogs if they're interesting and they have their own ideas and are willing to work with my ideas at the same time. Some people have approached with ideas that wouldn't work in the story. I've had some people that had really good ideas, but not sure how to do it. And when I do crossovers, I try to find artists who can be quick, because I'm very fast and I get really Twilight Sparkle about things when stuff doesn't go to schedule. But I try to be lenient though. I'm like, okay, you don't have to take too long. Just try not to take too long, but don't rush yourself. I'm sorry, I'm really fast. I get really impatient. I'm thinking probably, hell, I might make a few shout-outs to my other projects just as a joke. Wouldn't really say that they're canon to each other, but I have so many ideas that there's just no way I wouldn't do it.
Interesting. Hey, Jay, I got. You have any questions for Jitters?
How do you get your beard to look so cool?
Oh, that was actually, what's his name? Wild Ace, I think. He's got a bandit pony blog. It's really nice. He has really good art. Wildcard. He basically Wildcard is friends with Momi, and then she introduced him to me. Yeah, and he apparently he knows a lot about special effects, makeup and stuff. So he offered to help me out with that, and it sent me a few things to actually pull off the look. Originally, I was looking up all sorts of things. There were people who said, "Oh yeah, stipple brush makes a good fake beard," and he goes, "No, you need a stipple sponge." And it was really just done with grease paint and stipple sponge and 2 different colors, black and brown, and it actually makes it look like it looks like something real that pops out, and it's really nice. I really like it because I have confused a lot of people with it. I remember at BronyCon I said something once in a cute voice, and the girl looked over at me and goes, Are you cross-playing? And yeah, I couldn't tell until you talked. So I do have a natural mustache, though.
Yeah,
I've seen it. It's awesome. It's a very handsome mustache. Oh, me mustache. Now you can actually, now you can literally do the.
And hairy legs. Man, people don't shut up about my legs.
What's wrong with a little bit of hair? But not the point. But actually getting on the subject of those. Wait, we already asked that question, right?
Sorry, Laurel says she wants to pet my legs.
The real question is, will you purr if she pets your legs?
I do purr, but
like a walrus.
what the hell? No, I'm more likely to purr if you scratch the back of my head. But that's different.
I always love that from Family Guy. You shave a man's back, they'll purr like a walrus.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong, Gonzo?
I got a little worried, so I decided to check my YouTube comments. Recent one, Bronies and Pegasus Sisters. Gonzo will soon be uploading a Mondo mini show with the mini arcade show with the creator Discord Who's recording right now. I checked the Who's Tumblr. Great, now they're expecting me to upload it.
Hey,
You will be
uploading.
uploaded. Yeah. Yeah, just send us the video. That's all that has to be done. Just send us the video. Yes. But that's not the point. The point of the matter, we have the great and powerful Jitters and the great and powerful Jay. Sorry, I have to put in such a large persona. You know what? Here's an idea. This is a question to both of you.
Oh boy.
Will there be any planned future for both of you to do a short crossover with Little Miss Rarity and Doctor or Jitters? By any
I thought
chance?
there's already one.
Well,
A new one if there was going to be.
Oh, really?
We haven't collaboratively planned anything, no. But I'm actually current update I'm in or working on at the very moment, doing sort of a gigantic opener kind of thing that's going to sort of expand Little Miss Rarity to all of the other tumblers. So yeah, that sounds very possible to me.
It sounds possible to me too. The thing is with Discord Hook, if you notice in my multiverse map, because you said earlier that Miss Twilight Sparkle is sort of canon to Little Miss Rarity, and I without thinking, I already made Miss Twilight Sparkle's world canon to Discord Hook's world. Then technically Little Miss Rarity would also be a part of that. But I put it in this sort of off bubble where things can be slightly different in her world from Little Miss Rarity, because obviously you two don't have the same Tumblr actually connected, so things can always alternate or be different slightly from one dimension to another. But it's got traits of Little Miss Rarity is leaking into Twilight Sparkle dimension. So it's completely possible to have some kind of crossover at some point. Just not sure what it would be, but
I'm going to open full permission for anyone to come along and use Abaddon in the great demon that revealed itself in the latest Little Miss Rarity update. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it to you guys and the 125 viewers. Abaddon is gonna get away and run off into the world.
yeah.
So there's gonna be some destruction being rained from the quote-unquote god of destruction. So
The unholy thing that's coming out of Rarity's the JJ at the moment.
Yes, Abaddon. It says God of Destruction. Hell, Abaddon was in Torchwood at one point.
She burns the unholy demon. No! But the real question is that, not the real question, but the real deal is who would have saw that one coming?
probably no one. My sort of headcanon I got going on right now is that some of the more powerful things in Equestria, such as Discord, didn't actually come from Equestria originally. And I sort of made up that there's this cross dimension that, all of the more omnipotent, evil spirits of deities and stuff like that come from, kind of titans and stuff like that. And of course I'm going to make a jest towards Japple actually and point out that Applelox is from this dimension. So within the same universe that Discord came from, there's also Abaddon, who's the destruction spirit. So yeah, that's my stupid little headcanon that's going to go on in this rarity for a while.
That's not too stupid of a headcanon. I mean, there could be worse. Way worse.
Oh, that's way worse. I'm not even gonna give examples. Everyone knows there's worse.
There's plenty of them, but no. Wow. I'm just loving that how the people here on the stream are just eating it up. They literally are going at it.
I should totally draw some super hot shipping of Opal Crab and Abaddon.
Wow.
Good.
Best ship
I'd
ever.
fund it. Throwing all my money at it.
I'll do it.
Take my money. Take my money.
Well, they're both murdered versions of Opal, so why wouldn't they get along?
They would love each other. It's perfect.
Oh, God.
I ship it. I ship it every day.
Wow. Really, wow.
They should be wearing, like, cute clothes and stuff, too.
Put on in a dress.
Actually, I have a question for you, Jay. It's a good one. Are you going to be going to the Equestria LA?
When is it?
That'll be on November 3rd or 4th.
Maybe I can go for my birthday. I will be in Southern California in October, so that would be very easy for me to get to.
Actually.
Because I'm going to Universal Studios for the Silent Hill attraction.
Oh, nice.
I have to go to it. It must be done. I'm also seeing the new Silent Hill movie on Halloween night.
Nice.
Speaking of conventions, yeah, I'm going to Pwn 3Con soon, so they're kind of being really weird about their scheduling right now, so I'm not sure how that's going to go, but I should be going to Pwn 3Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, my team actually is trying to raise enough money to actually go there. It's itself, if people actually who actually knows our show, we're raising money for to go to Equestria LA. Basically, our goal is to reach about $1,500 to actually basically they'll pay for our tickets, everything else, and basically train tickets. And so I know Gonzo doesn't want to take plane, Flutter Knight doesn't want to take plane. They just both want to take train. So, yeah, if you go onto Flutter Knight's stream or to our deal on Mini May Arcade at tumblr.com, please hit the donate button and basically help us out to actually raise the money to get there. Right now we're at $200 right now. So
at least that's something.
Laura Zoni
it's a
says
start.
hi. Just letting you know.
Huh?
Laura the Zoni says hi because she had to go to bed, so she said hi.
Hi.
So.
Awesome. So yeah, if we'll probably see you there. I know Ria-chan was at BronyCon up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quite a
I
few other
haven't
people.
seen her.
Again, Tara Strong was there smacking her ass with glow sticks, so,
Yeah, grinding so close to the living tombstone, if I remember his posts.
Yeah.
She's a wildcat from what I hear.
Yeah,
I couldn't
she
stick
is.
around.
Have you
long.
seen her? Have you seen her Twitter posts?
Yeah.
Those are pretty raunchy.
I can't remember, didn't she, get drunk at BronyCon? She had to get dragged away by one of her agents or something?
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah.
Tara is.
I got
She's-
sleep. I had sleep.
And here's one of the biggest deals. And also, I was hearing about a rumor that there was a big orgy after BronyCon.
I never heard about
And
that.
the first thing, my reaction is, I said, Jitters must be there.
Yeah, that's why I said if I wasn't there, it didn't happen.
Yeah, if
I
Jitters
don't
wasn't there, it didn't
remember.
happen at all. I mean, Ace would have been there. Jitters would have been there. There would have been some big giant orgy going on. Yeah, it would have happened. So at least I got confirmation. It did happen. Okay.
I'm sorry.
It might
I'm
have been
about
someplace else because all I remember after the show was every brony gathering in front of the big giant red truck and watching My Little Pony until 10 o'clock come around.
And me glaring at them and making a YouTube video out of it.
Don't mind me. I'm about to give a very lovely lady a heart attack.
Really?
Yep.
I'm waiting for it.
Come on. Mommy! Mommy! Answer the call, Mommy! Get in the call, Mommy!
Hey, Grim.
I got.
Yeah. Don't forget you hosted the damn call.
Derp.
Hello, Marshmallow.
Jesus.
You're
Breathe
part of
in
the dog
and out,
club.
honey. Breathe in and out.
I forget what oxygen is. What?
What?
It's that stuff that
How
goes
do
in your
breathe?
lungs.
What is breath? What is air? What is breathing?
Lungs. Yeah, lungs.
Okay.
Lungs.
Sorry, I cannot air now.
What is that thing that trees make?
Leaves?
Maple syrup.
Apples?
Nuts.
Tree
Yeah,
jizz.
it's nuts.
Tree jizz.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring up this correlation here. In both times I've been in an interview with you guys, I've been playing with glow sticks.
All you need is the Star Wars fight theme. I guess Duel of Fates.
Duel of Fates.
Duel of Fates to have that while you're doing.
Well, at least
Or a
you're
good
not,
guitar with a
you
song.
know, At least you're not playing
Go,
with
six,
a
go, six.
vibrator.
What?
Well, one time, Inky got drunk and was playing with a vibrator while we were talking.
Play Duel of Fates with vibrators.
Oh god, no! Orchestras! Vibrator orchestras? What?
Exactly.
Where has this conversation gone?
Probably exists somewhere.
Oh god!
Better
Probably on
to
YouTube.
holy hell! What are we doing?
I don't know, but I'm going to ask that same question.
This is
I don't know. I'm
spiral
going to be
out of
asking the same
control.
question if I get on the TF2.
Mommy also died.
I think we have a lot of people who are just dying in the stream right now. They're like, wait, what the hell? What?
Where's my air? I can't breathe!
I like the notes I've been getting. I'm finally reading through my notes. People are apparently pissed off that I never told them that Jitter was Bob Rat, and it's funny because it's not like I was sitting there and being all polite and keeping a secret like I was supposed to be doing. No, it's because I fucking forgot until today.
He was so fangasming still that he forgot what it was.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. I didn't even remember. I was
You
just
had
Oh yeah.
even when I saw you at BronyCon, it didn't click. I was just like, oh hey, there's something wrong with your costume. You're meeting Little Miss Rarity in real life, and you're not getting a wing boner.
Oh.
No, that was seriously the first thing he said to me when I was there.
Yep, that's the very first thing I said.
Well, I mean,
And
I was cosplaying a unicorn, so I had an excuse.
I really liked the response though.
What?
I have erectile wing dysfunction.
Yeah. That we
Oh, listen to that cute little squeak.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, Mommy, you are adorable. Accept
Oh.
it.
What'd she say?
I said,
Exactly.
I can't understand it.
You're too young for this.
I speak
I'm
basic.
too old for this.
Cover your ears, child. Be with Jesus or whatever God you believe in.
Oh, Haley, if you have the same laugh as Momi, you're gonna get molested. Just, you know. Anyway, what? Water, good. Yes.
Yes, water's good for you.
It is.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, Patrick.
No,
Horseradish
sorry,
is not an instrument either.
Sorry, my roommate's probably gonna glare at me, but mayonnaise. Yeah.
Oh,
See, this is what happens when you let Momi into a call. The topic of conversation goes down to the basics of child television.
We don't call it
real
mayonnaise.
Vibrators, okay?
It's madness. Wow. Still play with your glow sticks?
Yes, and I'm throwing them. They're over there now.
Get more.
No, absolutely not. I'm doing this Luminous Rarity update.
Well, play with glow sticks.
I've been working on this for 9 hours. And I'm on frame 2.
Oh god.
My attention span today is like 0.01% of
Oh,
normal.
I know how that is. Ugh.
I'm like,
I
draw
know
a
that
line,
feel, bro.
draw a line, play with Shorp. Draw a line, play with glow sticks. Draw a line, play with
Did you see my
Chinese yo-yo.
shorp?
Draw a
Did
line.
you see my shorp? I have a shorp.
You have a Shorp?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get it.
Is he caught me fresh?
It's black.
Wait, I think I have seen the black Shorp.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna show it up on the live stream really quick.
Right. Show it off.
Sure.
I think I've seen Black Shorp, and I have seen him referred to as racially insensitive Shorp.
In short.
It's Shorp's brother from another child labor.
And that cute, adorable laugh.
And it's funny because I'm thinking of just as a joke doing a video of me just throwing my giant panther plushie at it. Because I'm a panther.
I'm actually in the process of creating Shorp.mov 12 because everyone in my stream yesterday, my 17-hour stream, was begging for another Shorp.mov. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll make one. I had this fucking retarded idea, and I was working on it, and then I was like, you know what, I need to do it with a Mr. update instead of working on this fucking. Hey, look, the picture of Little Miss Rarity by Pigfish.
Anyways, getting back to the questions to Jitters.
Question.
Jitters!
Yeah.
Let's see. When you actually were you getting your team together for this whole entire deal, how did that all start?
I don't know. It just kind of fell into place. I'm kind of like, hey, you, Gordon, you play Master really well, because he kind of popped into a live stream and just pretended to be the Master for a bit. I'm like, how the hell are you doing that? And I said, okay, you know what? You can take control of this vlog here, and you seem like you got a really good grasp on the character, even though you don't even know about Doctor Who very much. After watching Doctor Who, he got a better understanding for it, so he became the Master, and his Master wound up, instead of just being a gag character, having his own storyline that will tie in very majorly into Discord Who. With Twilight, that was another thing, it just kind of fell into place.
I just kind of annoyed him enough with hugs that he eventually caved.
Yeah, he eventually caved in, grabbed her butt, but then, then that interesting thing in the live stream, and it just went from there. And then they had sex, because sex is always relevant, I guess. And then since then, he always went back to his marshmallow. Yeah.
Oh, the dogness.
Yeah, and let me think. Inky's been my friend before I had a vlog, and Inky doesn't get a lot of attention, sadly, and everything needs more Inky. By Inky with a tablet is a better Inky. But, you know, I had Inky show up in there a couple of times, and, you know, she kind of has that same fourth wall breaking ability as Pinky and keeps popping up at the doctor's TARDIS, and he doesn't know how the hell she keeps doing it. And, I decided that she'd also be a good companion for the Master for a while. So that worked in pretty well, too. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that directly branches off with the blog. I don't think there's anyone else that does at the moment. I have a lot of characters showing up soon, like really important characters.
Well, what about Ace? How did he come to your team?
Wait, Aces?
Yeah.
Oh, he's my boyfriend.
Yeah, I know that part, but how did he come into the whole entire story persona of Jitters?
That's just because with Jack Thatcher, he has to have Mitch, and I thought, you know, pony version of Mitch, Aces, because he's basically that guy that keeps Jitters under control. Because he needs that. Because he is a wild, he is a very wild guy without having somebody to sit there and bop him in the head every once in a while. So I had Aces with him there. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with the Jitterbug Jive vlog, because it's more of a just draw it when I feel like it. There isn't really a really big story behind it or anything, and I haven't really been in the mood to draw it as of late, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I might pick up on it a bit later. But right now, I'm actually excited about revamping Story of the Blank, my Sunnytown vlog.
Okay, cool. What is your future vision for for everything that you've done so far in your life? What is your future vision from here to 5 years from now?
Okay. 5 years from now, I would actually really be happy if I could at least have one comic actually published out there. I have a lot of projects in mind. One of them is Once Upon a Calamity. Hold on, I will actually pull that up really quickly for people that are curious about it. Once Upon a Calamity. You guys already know what I can do story-wise with Discord hooves, and you know, I can create some pretty crazy stuff. And you've seen, you know, with the art and the story combination. I've been working on something for the past 3 years now. It's a comic that basically takes a whole bunch of fairy tales, like you know, Cinderella, Three Little Pigs, you know, folk stories, Little Red Riding Hood, Ugly Duckling, and it just fucks them to all hell. There's no other way to explain it. It makes them, there is horror, tragedy, just anything I could think of. I have a story for it. So let me just quickly get some examples of pages from it really quick. I'll just go through here. I've already drawn up most of my first story, which is the Velveteen Rabbit. Got some of the sketches. I'm just going through the pages here. I will probably link it once I start revamping it. The Velveteen Rabbit is a very soft core. It's very soft core. It's the way to start out what this is all about. You know, makes it seem like your regular old children's story tale with a little bit of darkness, but then it ends with a twist. And that right there is my statement of this is what you have to expect for the rest of these things, and it's just going to go downhill from here. I have a few original stories in there, and let's see. I think this is basically all I have of it so far. But yeah, once I get, I'm gonna start drawing it soon. Now that I've made the reveal, It is definitely, yeah. The best way to explain it is it's just grimdark fairy tales. Really grimdark fairy tales.
Yeah, that's what you explained to me once before. Actually, I actually saw some of that stuff you've done, which is actually quite as amazing, very unique in its own fashion.
Yeah.
It looks so creepy. I want it.
Yeah. There is going to be Yandere. The first story that I have right now is a tragedy. The next one is going to be a slasher. So there's going to be a murderer. The one after that's going to be Yandere. There's going to be a ghost story. There's going to be there's just all sorts of stuff that I have planned out.
Pretty much, we'll be seeing a lot of these stories in only two places: Barnes and Noble and probably Hot Topic.
I don't know. Hot Topic got kind of shitty after Abercrombie bought it. Blah, blah.
You know what? You're actually right about that.
Yeah.
Spencer's, yes, probably more likely.
All right. For people that are curious about this comic, I'll link it already. It's right here. It's nightmaretales.smackjeeves.com. That's where it is. And I have a list of all the stuff that I have planned out. So I have plotted out all of these: the Frog Prince, Little Red Riding Hood, Three Little Pigs, Rapunzel, Ugly Duckling, Alice in Wonderland, Gingerbread Man, Cinderella, Tortoise and the Hare, Little Red Hen, The Sandman, The Cat Came Back, which is a kind of a children's song. The Spider and the Butterfly, which is an original work, and Clockwork, which is an original work. All of those are going to be messed up. And it might seem kind of weird, like you're going to sit there and go, how the heck do you make the Ugly Duckling a horror story? I mean, come on. But I have ideas, and I swear to you, you won't regret it. So that's my upcoming comic project.
Awesome. Now, are you okay? This would be like, since we're doing it, it's kind of like a second interview. Are you literally a brony in real life?
Well,
or is that facade just like the Doctor, kind of like a type of deal? I mean, not like facade. Sorry, wrong word. Is it like basically when you were keeping yourself hidden? Was that just part of it, or are you truly a brony?
Okay, hold on. I'll just put on my camera and show this. I don't know if you can see that shelf there. So, hold on. I'm just going to bring this over just to kind of give you an example. I got to pull this out. Congratulations. You're going to get a small tour of a little bit of my house. So, we got ponies.
That should answer the question.
Not enough ponies.
More ponies.
There's all my Twilight Sparkles. Look at all those Twilight Sparkles. I think there's 16 of them now. Not sure. Also,
I see Kinky Twi. I see Kinky Twi.
Yes, you do. I have this S&M Octavia right here.
Trying to get your channel up so I can see what we're talking about.
Yeah. I just got a Shining. I ordered 2 more Shinings. It does need more Inky. Let's see.
I'm sorry. You gave the accessories to Octavia.
Yes, I
love
did.
You.
Yes,
Why
I did.
aren't we married yet?
I thought we got internet married.
Why aren't we legit married?
I have
The internet's not enough for me anymore.
Yeah, I've got more over here. I'm planning to make these 3 into custom Grimdark blocks, like Bonus Rarity, Fraction Loyalty, and Crapplejack. So, kind of building my collection here. So, yeah, that's... I would safely... Oh, sorry, I'm giving you guys a tour of my house. I'm sorry, I'm annoying. This is getting a full interview here. So, we got my posters over here. Derpy's butt destroying the TARDIS. More Derpy, Crapplejack thing, and Brony poster. I really want the pony map. So, yeah, that's... Oh, so there's Disney here.
The pony map?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I keep seeing things that I gave you, and I keep fangirling over it.
The map that they've officially released with Walmart, it's an official pony Equestria map, and I really want it. Alright? And just randomly, hey, look, a whip. Anyway.
Like, hey, look, get some from here. Look.
Back on there.
So, yeah, now we actually have it official. Everything you see, that you have, yes, brony.
Oh, I forgot one thing. My cat's bed.
What?
My cat's bed. See? That corner? That's where the cat
Aw.
sleeps. It's a pony tent. Speaking of cat, he is
A blue, blue, blue,
sitting
blue.
right here. Excuse me. I'm gonna do something funny.
I can't believe they made that.
Jitters, your cat sleeps in my house?
He.
Ah.
My cat's one of those weird cats that likes to be spanked, so.
Wow.
I love your cat.
Reminds me of my Thomas when he was a lot younger than what he is now.
He looks like a fluffy version of my Timbies.
I actually do have two cats, but I've been trying. I talk about different cat on different vlog. I also have Zidane, but Zidane's a wuss, and it's been storming all day, so I have no idea where he went. But he's a huge cat. Sam's a pretty average sized cat, but Zidane, whenever I bring him out, people freak out over how big he is. He's gigantic. Oh no! They can't hear me now.
Yeah, barely can hear you.
Hello? 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 Hello?
There you go.
Okay. Let me make sure everybody. Whoa, my speakers were down.
Now, here's another question. I know you're in it, but yeah, I know you're in Second Life at times.
Yes, sometimes I am.
Haven't seen you
I have
much.
two
Okay.
Second Life accounts.
Now, I know that you don't quite like the whole entire GSIM of the whole entire deal, but if there was going to be a basically a moderate / adult sim for the Brony community, would you totally be down for that?
Probably. I've already done little things where I was helping out on the doctor on the way.
Okay, 'cause I think we're losing you again because I can barely hear you.
Okay, hold on. My volume might be auto adjusting. Recording. Microphone. Is it breaking up or just getting quiet?
It's getting kind of quiet.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's because your mic's moving about.
Yeah. Because right now, as we speak, we're working on a special project on the underside called Equestria Underground to actually buy a sim.
Shit, yeah, it's on auto adjust. It's for some reason it's turning my microphone down whenever I talk.
Yeah, take
Your
it.
microphone is the devil.
So is football, foosball. There you go. Sorry, foosball.
I like foosball.
I went to what's his name's mommy?
What was it? Bobby Boucher.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope it's okay now. Like I said, it's auto adjusting, so
One of these days.
I'm sorry if it's too loud.
Oh, we don't mind loud. It's just what's getting too low.
Maybe it's Skype doing it. Hold on.
I'm moving.
Yeah, it's automatically adjusting my microphone and just screwing it up. Okay. Save. That should fix it. Am I too loud now? Is it a decent level?
It's decent. We actually can hear you just perfectly.
Okay, I'm just making sure it's not too loud for the stream because. Okay. Okay, we're good.
Good. But yeah, we're actually working on Equestria Underground to actually to raise funds, and but if you're going to throw a donate to our deal, still do the same deal, but make sure you say it's for the Equestria Underground, or if you're in Second Life, come to the Mary AK show and just basically donate at the deal, or go to the Equestria Underground headquarters and actually donate there, because when I opened up our headquarters in Second Life, my original intentions were to basically to converge our world with theirs to a certain point, but their lines they do have their cross. So we're going to buy our own Sims now and move from there to there, and actually create our own Brony town and whatnot, our own little deal to hopefully grow from there. To be really expanded out there and basically be ourselves. Why do we have to be be all happy preppy little deal? But I don't mind it. But have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, open up a little bit.
I wouldn't mind that too much popping in every once in a while. The only thing I don't like about Second Life is just how long it takes everything to load. it's not really very playable for me because I like playable games, and it's more of a just run around and do random stuff, which is okay if I'm with people, but you know.
There's a better viewer to use. I found out. I'll share that with you later. There's a better viewer you can use that actually everything reses a lot quicker and looks a lot better.
Okay. Because if I could do that, that'd be fine. Because now I do have two Second Life accounts. I have one as Pierce and one as Discord Hooves, which Discord Hooves is just called Discord Hooves. Pierce, I think it's Piercy Hooves is what that one is called, but it might be just Bald Dumbo Rat, nicknamed Piercy Hooves. But it has that one has Lovestruck Derpy on it and Pierce. And clopped to Clopfix. Somebody asked if I've ever clopped to Clopfix. I'm gonna say no, but I have written Clopfix. Well, one Clopfix. I'm still writing it.
I want you to finish it. I want to read it. I want to read what you have so far.
I know.
Tells me I'm going to be requested to read it.
I'm currently I am scripting the next episode of Dr. Hooves' Assistant, so I haven't had time to really script do other writing stuff. But I'll probably work on it after I get that episode scripted. I'll post it on my Jitterbug account, but I'll have it as a read more and with a big warning saying, "This is Clop. Read at your own risk."
Yeah, and also another great deal is when we actually open this other sim, it'll actually open a lot of marketing in that whole entire persona. I mean, your voice could be marketed right over there.
Oh yeah, I know. I've had people talk to me about that. I'm just not sure how to set that up.
Well, I have some I might be able to help out. He does scripting and does a lot of sculpting and programming.
Okay.
So I'll have to talk to this person about it. But I mean, this is a project that's going to bring, more people to Second Life, but also kind of break some barriers. Because basically, I did this movement in good intentions.
Yeah.
So, but okay, back to the questions because we're getting distracted. Let's get on with this. Now, throughout your whole entire life, everything that has been said and done, and your whole entire personality and whatnot, what do you have to say your biggest inspiration to basically the arts and whatnot? What was your biggest inspiration to basically push forward every step of the way?
This is gonna sound silly, but Pokemon.
Really?
It was Pokemon. Pokemon was I started drawing them like crazy when they came out, and when I got my first book, first art book, it's full of nothing but Pikachu and a bunch of weird ass fake Pokemon and a whole bunch of other Pokemon stuff. And my first comic was a Pokemon comic, a really bad Mary Sue Pokemon comic, but really, really bad. Like I almost puke every time I look at it. Not from the art, but just from how bad it generally is. I had a script. I even had a script for it, and literally one of the lines in it is Mew yelling at Mewtwo and saying that she's breaking up with him because she wanted the walls pink and he didn't like pink. That is literally a plot point in the story.
Wow.
That's
Never heard a Pokemon
No.
like that.
No. And he gets so mad that he starts trying to destroy the world because he didn't want the walls to be pink.
That's still not as bad as my sister's Pokemon OC. She was a gym leader. Her uncle made TMs that worked on any Pokemon, so like a fire type could learn an ice type move.
My trainer could turn into a Pokemon.
My sister's trainer was half Ditto.
What?
How is that possible?
Ditto turned into a dude, banged a chick, and the resulting spawn was half Ditto.
Oh God, the things we come up with.
I am going
out of that.
I want to write a story about this terrible character.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up some of my first Pokemon art because I know I have some on here. guys just be prepared for, oh God, what? Oh Jesus, sorry, this is really old art. It's terrifying. I have a folder called old for a reason. I don't want to look at it half the time.
Please share with us.
Oh,
I'm trying to look, and I'm having a delay on my end.
here's one of them. I drew this when I was 10. It's a freaking tie-dye rainbow-colored Pikachu!
Oh my God!
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
I don't know what the hell that thing is.
I think Rainbow Dash is gonna smack a Pikachu.
Here's Mew 3!
Oh!
Here's a really crappy evolution of Jinx. Yeah, this is an evil lamp monster.
What?
Oh,
I
one of the
question
new
your
Gen
jitters,
5
but
Pokemon
see,
is an
are
evil
you
lamp
taking my
monster.
A leaf evolution, before there was a leaf evolution. With a name that's too long for Pokemon to have in the first place. Yeah, that's kind of my stuff, my old stuff, but those are the first things I used to draw.
I love you.
Sister would love you too.
Oh, okay, here we go. List 2. Here, I used to draw. I was so dumb that everything I drew was in marker. I never sketched it. That's probably why I can draw Discord hooves the way I do without a sketch line, is because I always drew with pens and markers when I was a kid. Like, I didn't sketch any of this. I just drew it with a marker, and that's it.
Well, I guess I can safely say you've come a long way, baby.
Yeah. Alright. Well, there was that question answered.
Oh yeah. So Pokemon. Pokemon was a.
Yeah, well, for comics, actually, I will say Rumiko Takahashi, which is the person who did Ranma 1/2, Inuyasha, and that stuff. That started getting me into comics. But Pokemon was the starting point.
Oh, I see.
You're seriously the male Florida version of myself. I'm going to die.
It's so cute, I'm gonna die. It's so cute.
so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
I'm dead.
Dead.
Alright, so what's
What
next?
other fandoms have you managed to get yourself into?
Oh God.
Wow.
I was a Final Fantasy nut for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, I was obsessed with Final Fantasy 7 and 9. With 7, I was obsessed with shipping the Turks with each other all the time. Mostly Reno with everything. Anyway, fandom. I'm trying to think of specific fandoms because I was in the Inuyasha fandom for a bit. Like, I have a sketchbook that's nothing but my horrible OC recolor of Inuyasha. My horrible OC, like, anti-Inuyasha character. Yes, I had one of those because, I was a dumb 14-year-old. And, hold on, I have a picture of him, too. Just so you guys...
Alright, let's...
There he is.
Come on, load up. Dear God, my live stream end sucks.
When I was in middle school, I always thought, I should have been the one to go to feudal Japan, not Kagome. My legs are sexier than hers.
Yeah, and I was always like, I hate Kagome. Inuyasha should be with somebody else. I don't know who, but somebody else.
I wasn't just like, oh, I don't care just as long as it's not Kagome. I was like, no, bitch deserves to be with me.
Oh, and then I
want to bang the half dog.
Probably my inspiration actually for my style that I finalized is right here, Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh,
yeah,
that is a good series.
Yeah, I really, really got into Full Metal Alchemist. I love the expressions that are drawn in Full Metal Alchemist, the manga, and I love the story. And I originally liked the anime. Then I got the manga, and then I saw Brotherhood, and now I'm collecting the rest of the manga. And I have to say, Brotherhood is the best ever. The manga and Brotherhood, and nothing on the original show. Yeah, here's some more Full Metal Alchemist. Ugh, God, sorry, old art.
Your depiction of Ed is almost on key.
Yeah. I have the weirdest crush on Ed, so.
But yeah, remember. Well, then again, your pony might be good enough for him because remember, anything shorter of him makes him feel all right.
Yeah, well, no, I calculated his height based on something that he said in the comic itself, and I'm about the same size as him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's roughly around 5 foot, 5'2". He's around there, at least at the start. I don't think I really got into any other fandoms. I kind of went back to Pokemon and just sat there. I'm really into Alice in Wonderland, but I wouldn't really consider that a fandom because it's just, you know. I was a Star Wars fan for a while, and I was really into Twilight Zone, and I'm a Tolkien, so I really like Lord of the Rings, Hobbit. Love that. So that is technically a fandom. So I'm in that. So yeah.
Awesome. Jeez, this next question probably. Let's see. Where? I mean, you said your whole entire family was basically a bunch of artists, right?
Yeah.
So, if you let's see. So, were your family was your main inspiration to do art, or was it from something else?
I do think it was based from my family. My mom just drew horses all the time, and I started drawing them, and then I started drawing other stuff. And she's a musician and a writer. She's more of a writer than anything else. So I learned a lot of my storytelling skills from her. As for drawing, I wound up getting a lot better than her by the time I was about 14. Not entirely sure. I just couldn't stop drawing. The rest of my family, they kind of did art, but I didn't really pay too much attention. But I found out later that they did art too. And it just kind of went from there.
Awesome. So, okay, we already know about your pony fandom, and we know about how you got started. Okay, let's get into, we may have asked these questions, but I like to ask these questions again, since this is going to be more on the record than having a fake persona.
Oh, actually,
what was your, huh?
Sorry, hold on. Really quick, speaking of fandoms, because somebody asked what got me into Doctor Who, I'll say Doctor Who's got me into Doctor Who. So it was ponies that led to Doctor Who, so... I seem like a huge Whovian, but I'm actually brand new, and I'm just really, really nerdy when it comes to research. Okay, now we can continue.
So you are to Doctor Who as I am to The Legend of Zelda.
I'm getting there, yeah.
Did I miss something about that?
Yeah, you did. I think that I could translate. Basically, if it wasn't for My Little Pony, she would never become a Whovian. That's basically pretty much sums it up, I believe. So basically, she was a brony before there was.
I'm gonna correct you. He.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna correct you. He.
He.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
My volume's doing that again.
First he was a brony, then he was a Whovian.
Yeah, he was a brony, then he was a Whovian.
Now I'm a Hoovesian.
Whovian.
No, now you're a Momian.
Marshmallow.
Modest.
Marshmallow.
I'm the most modest pony ever.
Yes. All right, next question, I guess.
If that's okay with you.
I don't know. Is it okay with you?
Only if it's okay with you, though. I don't want to intrude.
Well, I guess you can intrude if that's okay. If you want, I guess.
I can't handle this! I need to hang up! I need to do something! I can't handle it!
Gonzo.
Oh, God. Fluttershy going back and forth. After you, no, after you, no, after you, if that's okay.
I'm like the only one here that's still saying. I'm like, I'd be like seeing Gonzo run away. I'm like, sorry, he's kind of new at this.
All right, now next question.
Before Gonzo goes completely bonkers.
Before he turns into that one Fluttershy that's in a coma.
Butterscotch.
Anyway, next question.
Okay. Was working with the master on the bridge. You already pretty much explained about how it is, but you want to kind of like elaborate on working with the master?
Well, what do you mean by that exactly? Like working with him in general on the project, or?
In general, basically as working with him as a coworker.
I'll say he's great. He falls asleep on Skype a lot though, and live stream. But you learn to get used to his snoring after the 20 billionth time. But no, he gets really creative when you give him an outlet, when you give him something to work with. He won't stop until it's perfect. Like he will sit there and try to get it as good as possible. He doesn't want to censor his work, but he's willing to make changes and adjust the story to work certain ways. And I would say that he is great to work with because he is definitely a creative writer, and there aren't a lot of people like that out there, at least not that I know of, who are able to just pull ideas out of their butts within 5 seconds if you ask them to think of something. He helped slightly on scripting a little bit of the dialogue in Hooves and Assistant episode 5, actually, because I'm really bad at action scenes. So he helped with the scripting on that. So yeah, he's like I said, he's great to work with. He's also a really good friend. Like if something happens, he'll be there right away to defend you. So
very nice, very awesome. All right. What about some of the other coworkers that you worked with? I mean, what would they like? Like working with Inky, working with some of the voice actors who actually did some of the voices for your characters. What was like working for them?
Well, I'm the director of a lot of the projects where I'm working with voice actors. I love working with voice actors. A lot of time they're great. They're really funny. They're really imaginative. They come up with stuff on the dot, and definitely Lauren Goodnight, Jam Jar, Keiko, even though he's also my boyfriend, but they're all, I think those three are my favorite voice actors to work with. I have a few other friends that do voices, and they're always really excited to do roles when I contact them, and, I really like working with them and directing them, and I like, because I'm also doing voices, I like working on the same level as them too. I know what I'm talking about, and I can convey the emotion that I want them to give me using my own skills. And it's really great. Working with other directors like Squeak, well, not really working. I talk with Squeak a lot. It's great to see how creative Squeak is too, because we wind up, we don't shut up. We do not shut up. We're almost exactly the same in that we just can't stop thinking, and we keep talking. So that's another person that's great to talk with. Working with. I just generally like working with a lot of the bronies that I've worked at in general on all the projects I've been in. Like Momi, I like working with Momi because Momi's got a lot of ideas for feelsy stuff and really adorable stuff. Like Gleaming Era is the cutest thing ever.
No.
You know what you did.
God.
I did nothing. I just went onto the Hasbro Pony Creator and made a crack baby Mary Sue. And everybody loves her.
I had someone else that designed it for me.
Gonzo's gonna be dying from diabetes. Me, I need more sugar. Pour me another soda, please.
We should have a soda muffin. Do you know there's such thing as a soda muffin? There is such thing as a soda muffin. They're blue. They're called Romany muffins. They have fizzy candy on the top.
Soda muffins, banana muffins.
Soda muffins.
English muffins.
No, there's literally soda muffins. They're pretty damn good.
I want one.
They're fizzy. They're fizzy. They're good.
Fizzy.
Fizzy muffins.
Wow. But here, actually, at least not quite. Since you do the voice of Derpy and whatnot, and Derpy's considered to be like one of your favorites. Like, do you like muffins?
I like poppy seed muffins and I like blueberry muffins and never mind. Just don't make me list all the muffins that I like. I do like muffins, but because of my low carb, I don't eat them anymore. But I do sometimes snack on a muffin every once in a while. I can cheat. Okay, Haley, I like cashews very, very much. I have a giant tub of cashews. Let me go get my giant tub of cashews. I will be right back. Give me 5 seconds.
I can use some cashews. I love those freaking things.
Okay, I'm back. All right, I'll show you my giant tub of cashews. This is my giant tub of cashews. It is a huge tub of cashews. All right, back to the screen. I love cashews.
Okay, waiting. My mom will try to rip your arm just to get some of those. You love something like I do, but I know where I can get a bigger tub.
Oh God. Probably the only thing I like better than cashews is pistachios in terms of the nuts. I like pistachios. And oddly enough, I really like pistachio ice cream. But anyway.
Okay, I also noticed something during your revealing. You actually had what looked like one of those light cigarette deals.
Yeah, e-cigarette. Momi introduced those to me, and I really liked them. I don't smoke because my dad smokes, and I don't like the smell and stuff. But the thing about e-cigarettes is it's basically flavored water vapor, and you can get it with nicotine and you can get it without nicotine. So I got some without nicotine for myself, and it's really relaxing because I have an oral fixation. So literally, if there is a piece of plastic anywhere near me, it's not going to survive within a few days without getting chewed to all hell. So I got these, and these should help me. Oh, okay. Anyway, these should help. These actually help me keep other things out of my mouth. So I'll be sitting and drawing, and instead of chewing on a piece of plastic, I'll be just smoking. And I think that's a lot better than me destroying plastic bits all over my table.
You're welcome.
This has been an interesting stream. I think it'd be like the most interesting stream we had so far. We only probably got a few more questions left. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do is right now. I'm going to take a look at my box right now. I wonder if how many people actually sent in anything.
Jitters, I sent something to your Ask box. I don't know if you saw it. You're probably not paying attention to your box, but I sent something.
Okay, hold on. Let me look.
It's in the box.
In the box. In the box.
Wow,
Man,
that
this has
pun,
been
huh?
a while.
Here's one.
2 hours. Damn.
When did Jitterbug start having derp session?
Derp, derp,
So-
derp,
Deception?
You said depression is derp session?
derp. Oh, depression, derp, derp, derp. What?
Yeah.
I don't quite understand this question. I'm not sure which way to answer. I guess when I first liked Derpy, I'm guessing is what they're asking.
I guess what they're asking when basically when you start basically I wouldn't say becoming derpy, but when did you realize that derpy was going to be part of your life?
I have no idea. It's one of those things that, again, it just happened. I'm like, oh, it's a silly pony in the background. That's adorable. Actually, she's kind of really cute. Actually, a lot of people really like her. She likes muffins and stuff. Oh, that's adorable. She's trying to put the letter in the box. Meanwhile, suddenly I have Derpy all over my computer, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess she became favorite pony, and I don't know how. Now, Dr. Hooves is my favorite pony, but that's because I became a Hoovian, and I really like the concept, but Derpy is second favorite pony in terms of background ponies. I just like it. Just kind of happened. It was a voice that naturally came to me, and a personality that I kind of attached a little bit. The thing that I do with characters is I always attach a little bit of myself to them in some way. So Derpy is kind of based off of a lot of what for me, how I was when I was in special ed. Just trying to be cheerful all the time. I'm not stupid. I'm very intelligent. I just have a few issues that keep me from, functioning like quote unquote normal people should. I have very bad memory issues. I can't remember names for the life of me. It takes me weeks on end to remember somebody's name. I still can't remember our address, our home address, and I've been living here for over a year now. It took me about half the year to remember the phone number. I have a very hard time memorizing stuff, and my attention span is really bad too. So I always have to take notes on everything. This is the longest Discord Hibs is the longest I've ever stuck with a project.
And it's been a long project, a very long journey.
Yeah, it's got an end, and I plan to finish it. This is the first time I felt this confident in a project, and it's really great.
Well, here that kind of lies in another question. When it does end, do you think there might be any chance of possibility that it might spark up again? Like within a 10 years time.
Not really. Like I wouldn't say it would spark up a whole new story or anything like that. It'd probably just kind of be its own little ask blog rather than a story blog with the occasional story arc whenever I feel like it. But for the most part, once it's done, I'll probably be going into my own original projects because, like I said, I have Once Upon a Calamity. I also have something called Boston Cream, which is a romance comedy that's been scripted all the way to the end. I have something that I haven't figured out enough yet, which is Worst of the Purist, which is it's sort of a dark comedy about a incubus who winds up accidentally getting his soul bound to this really annoying little kid who pretty much follows him freaking everywhere, and he absolutely hates it. And it's that one's weird. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with that for sure. But those are the projects that I'm most confident in at the moment.
Cool. Next question. Let's see. Question for Jitters. Do you know about the Shiny Armor Gets Smashed live stream? They have had Miss Twilight Sparkle on it. And
yes. He's asked me to go on as Drunk Derpy, and I would love to do that, especially now that I've got everything revealed. I can safely get drunk without having to worry about saying something stupid. And Drunk Derpy is Drunk Derpy might be better than Drunk Jitters. I'm not sure which is better, Drunk Derpy or Drunk Jitters. I think they're both equally adorable. Speaking of drunk, I still have to post my drunk videos. No, I do not have them on this computer. I'm not going to play them in this live stream.
That answers that question. Next one question for Jitters, aka Discord. Who's me and the rest wants to know you're dating Ace, but I remember one time you mentioning about BDR blog about your relationship with Keiko and Gilly.
Yeah, that's same person. Same person.
Yeah, same person. Okay, that's all that one. That same person. So no worries there. All right. Actually, before I ask this next question, basically being the voice actor that you are, and basically I know you worked with Gonzo about being the voice of Miss Rarity. I mean, you done so many voices in so far. You know, do you consider to be your voice acting is better than your drawing, or your drawing is better than your voice acting?
I would say that my drawing is better than my voice acting, just because with my voice acting, I still get nervous on going all out with stuff. Definitely, the voice actor would be Keiko. When I ask him to scream in agony, he's in a little tiny apartment, but he will belt that scream, and it will sound like he is in complete and utter agony. Meanwhile, if I'm asked to scream in agony, I'll sit there for about 10 minutes trying to figure out how to do it, and then do it, and it would sound really weird, and then I'll feel awkward for another 5 minutes before I can do it again. But, I'm usually a natural at acting on improv, but when it comes to being loud and going all out, I choke. When I draw, I go all out. If I have to draw something I'm not used to, I'll try to do it.
Okay.
But yeah, with as a career, I don't see myself being a voice actor. It'd be nice, but it seems more like a hobby than it does a actual career that I would have.
Okay. I see like marshmallows, my internet derped.
No.
Derp. Mercy, come back. Okay, let's go to the next question because we only got a few questions from people. What made you watch My Little Pony in the first place?
What made me watch My Little Pony was, let me think. The first time I saw any mention of My Little Pony was actually on Furfinity. Somebody made a journal about it, talking about, what has kids shows gone to these days, blah, 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 and they were complaining about it, and I looked at it, and I was like, it's another one of those Flash animated cartoons these days, so I just closed it, left it alone. And then I saw somebody else, another artist that I was watching, had a Rainbow Dash icon, and that character looks really interesting. I really like that expression on that character. It was Rainbow Dash doing something on a cloud. I can't remember, but it was a screenshot. And I said, "This is a really interesting looking character. Why does this? It looks familiar for some reason." And I didn't know what it was, but I knew it had to be from something. Then I saw Twilight Sparkle avatar, and I said, "That kind of looks like Stocking from Pantene Stocking. It's a pony version of Stocking." And then I started noticing almost all the artists I was following started drawing ponies, and I finally just kind of went, okay, I really need to see what the big deal is with this. And I sat down and watched some episodes. I actually sat down and watched some episodes. Swarm of the Century was my first episode, and I laughed my ass off when Pinky came out with that tuba at the end. Yeah, I was laughing my ass off. I said, this is amazing. Wow. And I watched from the beginning, and I realized Lauren Faust is on the project, and I just couldn't stop watching it, and started sitting with every episode whenever it released, and it just became a brony like that. That's how it happened for a lot of people, I've heard. They just kind of sit down, oh, this is a stupid pony show, might as well watch it. Why am I on episode 8?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, okay, mommy. She has to go to bed.
Oh. Oh boy, baby. Interesting. Interesting one. This kind of gets into a little bit more detail. You do read fan fics. So, which one have you read?
Okay. I kind of read fanfics. If somebody, suggests it to me a lot, I might check it out. I'm not really much of a fanfic reader, but I used to read Final Fantasy fanfics, but with pony fanfiction, I've read My Little Dashie because I wanted to see what the big deal was, and my reaction was basically the same as Discord Hibs. I was sitting there reading it going, "Kid, end, please, I don't understand why I'm reading this." And, is the mic going down?
No, you're fine.
Okay, sorry. And I read Bubbles, obviously, for, again, a lot of people suggested it. I really liked that one because it reminded me of Flowers for Algernon. I'm more of a book reader than I'm a fanfic reader, so I skimmed Cupcakes, but I couldn't stomach it, not because I thought it was gross, but because I thought it was a really badly written piece of shit. Because I'm a horror fanatic, and I read a lot of horror novels with a lot of really graphic stuff, and that fan fiction was just a joke that was made for a shock factor. I could tell right off the bat it was just somebody trying to be badass and do it first, and that's what happened. It got the Highlander effect, where everybody talked about Cupcakes, even though it wasn't that well written, because it was the first one, and the rule is there can only be one.
Makes sense.
I don't read Fallout Equestria. It's huge, first of all. That's really intimidating. I don't have time to read big stuff like that. That's one of the things. I don't have time to read a lot of fan fiction. Because glancing at art takes a moment. Reading fan fiction, you need to take a few hours off your day to do it. I don't play Fallout, so I wouldn't really quite understand Fallout Equestria anyway. I read a Dr. Derpy fan fiction that was kind of good. I can't remember it though very well. And sometimes I'll read bad clop fiction just because it's bad clop fiction and it's hilarious to read. Like I read this one where Derpy's chasing the doctor and telling him to like lick her muffin and that she wanted his candy cane, and I was just laughing my ass off the whole time because apparently, according to that fan fiction, the doctor didn't know what a vagina was. And I'm sitting there going, he's 900 years old, I'm sure he knows this shit. What the hell?
Someone made the 900-year-old virgin, anyone?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what this is. There is a bump here. I don't know what it does. I'm like, you're freaking 900 years old, man. Come on. You've been married, like, what, 3 times? Come on.
Well, sometimes getting older, kind of your memory kind of goes.
Oh God, senile doctor. That would be awkward.
Ew. Didn't they actually have that? They actually they aged him. They showed him like how old he was really getting.
I don't know.
He was able to regenerate.
When he was in his first form, he was an old, grumpy old fart. And I guess he was kind of senile, but now he seems to be getting younger and younger the older he gets.
Kind of reminds you of what's that thing's called now?
The Curious Case
of Benjamin Button.
Yeah, no, he is over 1,000 years old now. But
interesting.
What? Jitter's foot with butter? No.
It's supposed to be Butterface.
Butter.
Oh God.
Speaking of butter, thanks for reminding me. I still need to finish my green beans with butter.
Yay! The only thing you need now is a butter muffin.
Sorry. Whenever I think about it, I just think about that thing I said when I was drunk as Derpy. Better my muffin, doctor.
Wow. Now, for one major question that we have not asked you, why did you feel you needed to hide your identity for so long? Many other artists would sometimes post pictures and like themselves, but it seems that you seem to be very adamant about your basically remaining anonymity.
I wanted to stay that way for a long time because I really, really wanted to make sure that I made my place as an artist rather than as what people would assume. Cause if my name Bald Dumbo Rat was attached to the blog from the start, people would immediately think of, the furry art that I've done and some of the other art that I've done that I'm not really proud of. And they'd think about the derpy voice and just go, oh, what? That makes no sense. Why would this sweet, innocent voice actress possibly have a blog like this? And I'm like, no, I don't want this. I want to be able to be completely raw and free to do what I need to do. And the best way to do that is to be anonymous for a while. And sorry if I'm fading. Anyway, but yeah, to be anonymous for a while, I was able to start fresh and have nothing to worry about. If I did something wrong, it wouldn't be under that other name. It would be under this completely anonymous persona of mine, and I could easily fix it because it wasn't known anywhere else. It didn't branch off to anything else, and I could just work on it. And that's one of the reasons I did that. Another reason is I am honestly, despite how I act, I'm honestly kind of shy sometimes, and I'm always worried about people, liking me or not liking me. And this community has really shown me how nice people can be. I've seen people being kind of accepting on, in the yaoi community, on Y Gallery. They're pretty accepting on Fur Affinity, but it's really dramatic over there, and there's still a lot of really stupid people and a lot of people that just, I don't have anything against the furry community itself. It's just that on Fur Affinity, the drama is ridiculous. But then I got into the Brony fandom, and they're so nice. They're so understanding. They're so open. And, I barely, any troll that I've bumped into in the Brony community is usually, reminiscent of a 13-year-old who just randomly wants to be cool. I've never bumped into a seriously bad troll on the Brony community. I've met a few stupid people, but it's like just normal people. And for the most part, everybody, again, they're so generous. They're so open, and it's great. I forgot where I was going with this.
You were talking about your whole entire deal about, about hiding your identity and how you've been making it come out in a way that you wanted to.
Yeah, and it's just, I planted myself in the Brony community as the derpy voice, and I felt kind of sad because, I spent most of my life trying to be an artist, and then what I was being known for was something that I didn't even really think of pursuing in the first place. But, that's why I decided to do that, because, I thought, people will probably, if I do this the right way, maybe people will accept me. And slowly but surely, I started coming out little bits and pieces of information about myself on Bald Dumbo Rat while I let myself be completely free on Jitterbug, just to see how people react, and just kind of mix that into Bald Dumbo Rat's blog a little bit as I went, and noticed people were accepting what I was saying. And that finally led me to a point where I was comfortable enough to say, okay, when I hit this amount of viewers, I'll reveal who I am, because, I've gotten this far, and I trust all these people. And sure enough, everybody's wonderful. It's great.
Cool. But here's one of the major deals I kind of I'm thinking about right now. Now we are here already figured this out already. This is pretty much obvious. You became famous in one part of one world, but you also became famous in another world. It looked like you had a win-win situation. You could have been famous either way. With multi-talented. That's kind of rare quality. And,
Yeah.
And it kind of showed that people, this Brony community actually shows that, hey, no matter what you can do, as long as you can do it and do it well, you can actually make it anywhere you want to go. I mean, it could be voice acting, it could be drawing, you could be anything. But would you say that you owe the community, pretty much everything that you basically have done, basically to all that, or would you just say that that everything you've done is basically from hard work?
It's a mix of both. I've spent most of my life trying to work on this stuff, but I've never found that boost. I've never felt this motivated. The Brony community has made me more motivated than I've ever been on anything. I'm doing all these different projects, and I really want them to go somewhere. I really want them to be loved and accepted, and they're being so well received. And usually I'm just so used to having a couple of people being like, "Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. It's pretty cool," and then they kind of fade away after a bit, and I lose my inspiration. But with this, there's people constantly there to back me up, and I'm confident that after all this, I can still have those people backing me up with my other projects too, because with this, I'm finally able to open up and just show people this is exactly what I'm capable of, and I don't have to hold back worrying about a whole bunch of things like I usually do. A lot of my life I spent worrying about how other people would think of me. That includes my mom and friends, family, people in school. And now, I'm living on my own. Well, I'm living with 2 roommates who don't give a rat's ass about how I act, as long as I pay the rent and whatever. I walk around the house freaking naked. I don't care. Well, not really. I walk around in a robe. Still pretty close to naked. Anyway, yeah, no, it's basically I do what I want, and it's helping me to do a lot of stuff. I don't have to be afraid of my mom walking in on me drawing stuff on the computer that's not appropriate for her eyes.
Well, they say, sometimes when they catch you in that moment, the best thing to do is stare in the face and finish. that's a poker face.
Yeah, but no, because I've been able to move out on my own, pay my own rent, support myself, and do all this. I've got a lot of life experiences, and I'm finally able to be confident enough to basically come out to my mom, let her know that first of all I'm not really Christian. I also had to let her know that I man inside, and I was surprised that she was really accepting of that. I don't know how it would have been if I was with her back then, but because of how it was really hard.
Yeah. I used to be a youth minister at my church, and the thing is that what I taught, a lot of people didn't quite understand it because it's basically say, well, did Jesus ever really judge anybody in the whole entire Bible? No, because everyone else said that these people were this, this, and this, but he never said that Jesus actually said that. No, he didn't do that at all. It's like he gave the great commandment that was to love one another as I have loved you, and that was pretty much it. He forbid us to judge, and that's what I love about the Brony community, because they kind of imply that just to love one another. That's
exactly
pretty much it. Love and tolerance, and like if people want to be good Christians and whatnot about it, that's what they need to be preaching is is love and tolerance, and basically,
yeah.
and if people ask me nowadays, like, what do you consider to be today's community about good lessons and whatnot? That's pretty much close to anything to the Bible. I said, check out My Little Ponies.
Exactly.
And they give me a weird look at first, followed by, what are you are you a queer or something? And I'm like, no, I'm being dead serious. It's has the good morals of what the biblical stuff had before, but the thing is, everybody read the Old Testament. It always had a good story, just like the Old Testament did. It had meaning to it. So
See,
and this. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I do is, I agree with I take a bunch of religions because my family is full of a whole bunch of different religious aspects, and I take the positive stuff from each of them and I combine them. It's called syncretism, or something like that, and it just takes certain things from different religions and combining them into your own moral ideals. So I'm kind of creating my own way of living, and it's mostly just based on generally treating everybody with respect and just toughing it out and smiling and keeping things going. I just think that that's generally just a good way to live. I don't want to get too much into religious discussion here, though, because I don't, I respect everybody else's views. That's how I am.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
I will end with the religion debate on this little matter that, I do say that, don't bring religion unless you're willing to talk about positivity about it. Because negativity does cross a boundary for any religion, for that matter. Just go with the positivity of it, and then just say, hey,
Yeah,
let's just agree to disagree and just move on with our, love and tolerance situation. And that's pretty much what you just said.
I approach religion like a fandom. It's like, you can either act like, you're a Trekkie versus somebody who's a Star Wars fan and, just have them duke it out, or they can just accept their differences, realize that they're both fans of a certain sci-fi nerdy space thing and just get along. And just
So you're seeing fanboys then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, like I said, I think that religion is again, it's like a fandom. There's a whole bunch of different religions out there. They disagree with each other, but there are points that they can agree on, and they don't need to be a bunch of butts about it. They can just accept, well, okay, this is your religion. This is mine. We're into different things. Okay, well, let's talk about something that's similar between them. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's one deal I always get a kick out of, and this is off the religious base now. When I explain to people about My Little Ponies, I was like, you know about Lauren Faust, you know about Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. That's how I do it too.
But when I explain it to them, they're like, oh, yeah, I love that show. It's like, yeah, she created this one. Really? And
Yes.
when Lawrence Faust's name comes out, it's like, hey, you're talking about Albert Einstein. Everybody knows who Albert Einstein. It's like everybody who knows anybody who knows Gandhi.
Yeah.
I don't know if I go that far with Gandhi, but anyways, some people don't even know Gandhi.
But yeah, that's how I've been introduced to too. I usually just say, you like Powerpuff Girls, and if they say yeah, then I said, then you'll probably like My Little Pony. And they're like, what? And I said, don't think about My Little Pony. If you want, just think Friendship is Magic. Don't ignore the My Little Pony part. Just watch it. It's not the same as what you're thinking. Trust me. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I even had a friend who was very anti-brony at first. But, next time I talk to her, she's like, I'm going to be cosplaying Rarity next time I go to a convention. I'm like, uh-huh. And she goes, shut up.
All I say is bend over.
Oh, actually, if I manage to attend a convention with her, I'm going to be Discord Hooves, and she's going to be dressed up as beat up Derpy.
Oh, wow.
She's gonna have her arm in a cast. She's gonna have an eye patch. She's gonna be all beat up and everything. It's gonna be great.
Wow. I'm trying to think here. Oh, yeah. Now we got out of the religious debate, and there's no politics in My Little Pony. There's none at all. Even though they'll say there is, but we won't get into that. That's something that's always been a touchy subject for me. But when it comes down to it, about your pony persona, your creation, your personality of your creation, your art style, your voice style, all these things, what sums up you all together?
That was dumb. The first thing I thought in my head was ladies. No, me. I'm just a very, very creative person. I was gonna say Time Lord, but that would be really cheesy. But I don't know. I'm me. I can't define me in one word or one description. I have a lot of talent. I'm always working, I'm always really busy, and I'm always pushing myself to do my best to do whatever I'm doing. And I'm now generally a happy person, and
No, I think you hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah,
Time Lord.
Yeah.
You know why?
Huh?
Because the work you have done from what you first started to now definitely has been two major achievements on two fronts, and not many people are able to do that.
Mhm.
And that's going to be remembered in the brewing community for all time.
Yeah. No,
So, go ahead.
The reason I can write the Doctor is because I can kind of get into his mindset very easily. In fact, I can do the thing where I talk really, really fast and go on and on and on about a rant about things. Like such as if I go on about pears, because I don't like pears because they're green fruit, and there's no such thing as good green fruit. Because if you get green fruit, usually means it's unripe, and when it's unripe, you don't want that. It's going to be sour, it's going to be bitter, you need to bite into it, it's not going to be very good. What green fruit is good? Green apple? No. How can you tell if the green apple is ripe? Because a not ripe apple is also green. So I go on. I can do that.
That's true. God. But yeah, but I still.
Done.
Oh, Gonzo.
Oh no, but I'm holding off people wanting me to play with them for as long as I can.
Gonzo, I'm working. You're on my.
I know. I keep telling them I'm busy.
Tell them to watch the stream. Damn it. Then they just start
No,
complaining. Okay. Ooh, what's this? They're talking.
I quickly want to say, everybody keeps on asking me if the Doctor's ever going to meet Pinky. My answer is no. If they meet, they will never shut up. You want chimichurri changa? You're gonna get chimichurri lemon changa butter and like something else, and like banana buttery muffin planet with chimichurri changas on top. They're not gonna shut up ever.
Oh wow. Oh wow! But I do have somebody you may that really wants to meet you, and basically you might like the artist behind this one. Do you know the artist Melmare Derpy?
Melmare.
The blog.
I'm following a few derpy blogs.
Yeah, you might want to check this guy out.
This one, he does really great art style. Basically, basically, if you want to talk about the furryism and basically mixing.
Oh, that one, yeah.
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 Yeah, I wasn't I in an interview at the same time as Melmare Derpy at one point?
I'm not quite sure.
I think I was.
But rest assured, the guy is talented.
And and basically,
go ahead,
Gonzo.
I went through a few requests with this guy, and yeah, he was able to pull it off, even though it was some of it was slightly out of his jurisdiction, like blood-wise for a little cover image for Cheerilee's Garden. He normally goes into this, the what I consider the frothy or the sexy furry art.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to add him to the call.
I'll quickly say my approach in Rule 34, since this is a subject that comes up a lot. My own approach to Rule 34 is that I like it if it's well drawn. I'm attracted to well drawn art. It doesn't even need to be full out adult. If it's really well drawn and it's somewhat provocative, then I'll like it. But it has to be really well drawn. And I usually just look at it. I don't do anything. I just look at it and go, that's actually really nice. I like that. And then I go on.
I'm going to post this on the wall.
I should frame this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, this is Twilight Sparkle pooping an egg. No, I don't like that stuff.
This is Twilight giving an equestrian steamer. What?
Yeah.
I wouldn't post that on my wall, but I would post something along the lines of Twilight giving us some playful positions in a bikini. How's that?
Yeah, no, the closest I have, I think I'm good in terms of public display of adult pony would be my BDSM, my BDSM Octavia and my harem Twilight. I think that's as far as I'm gonna go with adult ponies around my house.
All right. Well, I will add him to the call.
I'm sorry for fading away, people. Jeez.
You're not fading away. You're still loud, so. Rico, my good man, welcome.
Hello.
You are in the stream, and to my knowledge, we still have Jitters, Gonzo, and also Little Miss J. But Little Miss J is pretty much AFK at this moment, trying to finish up the LMR update.
So I've heard.
Oh, hey, there he is.
Oh, what's up, Jay? What's going on?
I have a buddy over, and I'm keeping the mic off because he can't hear Skype, so he doesn't know if he's talking over people. So I either have to just tell him to shut up, or yeah.
So you're like free now.
Sort of.
Probably still working.
Well, you'll be pleased to know that I am just about finished with our little art trade deal.
Yeah.
Yay! When do I get to see an updated sketch? I've been refreshing my dashboard all day since since you gave me the first sneak
Goodness.
preview. I've been like, I want to
I'll
see.
post another whip in a second.
I want to see
But it's
another
nice to
work
meet you, Jitter.
party. Hey, what's up?
Nice to meet you too.
Well, anyways, Jitters, you have any questions for Rico, aka Millimeter Derpy, about his art?
Boy, I didn't
Um,
even know she knew about me. This is.
Yeah, I do know. Hold on. I'll have to look again. Because I check in on stuff. I usually just kind of pop in on vlogs and look around and just go, interesting. I don't know.
I actually own 2 blogs.
Okay. I think I got the wrong link. I'm dumb. Can I have a link again? I'm sorry. Like,
Rico, can you give him a link?
Link me in the Skype chat.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting yourself. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. Also, Rico, if you're watching the stream, can you also link that to the stream as well, so people can also check it out as well?
Alrighty. Give me a second. Fences and
Too many dudes in the room feel like a sausage fest.
messed up some.
You don't like it? GTFO, dude.
No, I'm loving it. Woohoo! Sausage fest. Yeah.
Woo!
It's like
I feel uncomfortable.
this is what periods are like, right?
Especially since I know about one particular person too well.
Who, me?
Everyone can hear you.
Huh?
Everyone can hear you.
No one can hear you scream in space.
There we go.
So, spoiler alert for the Little Miss Rarity update.
I'm just gonna quickly say nice butt.
Yes, I am skilled with the female anatomy.
Yeah, you make
It's a hobby.
You make it pappable.
I still need to get my human anatomy a bit better.
It took me a while, but
I wish I could draw homies.
Wow.
I don't really have any questions per se. I just wish I could draw the better.
Yeah.
I always stick with these three things for art: anatomy, proportion, and symmetry. Those 3 things, master them, probably get up there or past me in no time.
I'm still loving it. I'm looking at the Skype, all the faces, and I'm still looking at Rico's with Tom's face as Stinkerman.
Okay, I was bored.
It's still funny.
I was watching the Boondocks that day, and I needed to take a screenshot.
Why did you say?
Get a wall face.
What,
still-
sorry.
Huh?
What are you people trying to link? In the
Link?
chat. There's people in the chat asking to link stuff, and I'm very rulesy about links. If you're trying to, if somebody's asking you about your blog, you can link your blog if they ask. No advertising. Yeah.
Oh, this is the one link is actually for Melmare Derpy.
Okay, just making sure, because that seems kind of... Is the chat frozen? Oh, no, it isn't. Okay.
No, the chat's still there. That's Melmare Derpy. I asked them to actually put it on there, so basically people kind of see what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're getting close to the end here. I'm going to wrap it up here pretty quick.
Yeah, it's been almost 2.5 hours.
And no, I was like, what?
Green hair.
I think I'm gonna sleep really well tonight, at least.
Wow, I'm actually surprised about something. I'm checking our account right now, and actually we hit our 300 marker.
Nice.
Sam.
So yeah, with all the people who are donating to our cause to go to Equestria LA, and we're actually thinking about if we actually make way beyond our limit, we might actually bring a special guest with us. So that we won't mention who that special guest may be.
Oh,
We're
really?
right now. Meanwhile while the Discord Hooves team is actually trying to do a fundraising to get most of the Discord Hooves team to BronyCon next year. We want to go to Summer BronyCon next year and bring as many of the team as possible.
I'm going to try to save up for that as well. I'm trying to get up there myself. Because that'll be something that for the arcade show they actually get up for.
It might be the very first time I've ever had an artist booth at an anime convention. Not anime convention, at a convention in general. I've always had this little awkward dream where I was like, I want to be in an artist booth, but I don't think I'm good enough. And for the first time, I actually think I'm good enough. So.
Welcome to the real world.
Welcome to believing in yourself falsely. I mean, believing in yourself.
So, yeah.
Me that believes in you.
Are there any closing questions or anything?
Okay, actually, 2 more questions, and then we're going to end this.
Okay.
Basically, 2 questions for you, probably 1 question for Derpy, and probably 1 question for Jay.
Okay.
And we'll probably wrap it up. So we'll actually go in a random circle. I'm going to pick Millimeter Derpy. Rico, you have seen Jitter's blogs and whatnot. What would you say about the whole entire Discord Who's blog? What was your first? What was your opinion and about the blog, and where? I mean, were you inspired in any form of matter from the blog to create what your art style is kind of like, or maybe stories?
Actually, I'd say it's very, very inspiring. The story is top notch. I mean, you feel the characters' feelings, and you really get into the storyline, and artwork is really entertaining to look at and read about.
Cool. Jay,
Yeah.
Same question.
Repeat the question. I was doing the Little Miss Rarity update.
Basically, through the whole entire Jitters, everything that Jitters has done in his, in this whole entire ordeal with, Dumble Rat and everything else. How do you define the whole entire storyline and the art? Is it really inspiring, you think?
I think so. Yeah. One thing that I can really point out that I really like about Discord Hooves in general is the ability to completely revolve the story around questions that are received.
Yeah, that's difficult to do.
Yeah, totally.
That
I wish I could do that.
I honor the living fuck out of that, because if I could do that for Little Miss Rarity, I wouldn't have a single person complaining about how I don't answer questions. It's like, yeah, I drive the blog off of the questions, of course. The whole blog is written by the questions, but how do you do that? You make it flow together so damn well. I'm like, what the?
I'm just very clever at prompting people to ask the right things. Usually.
Totally jelly of your storytelling skills.
I'll give some advice. Actually, is the questions you're most going to get are going to relate to whatever you put in the very last frame. People are going to go crazy with that. So if you manage to slip in something important in that last frame that will prompt the right question, like you say, well, I want to go into this sort of story arc, so I'm going to have the character mention this. Then people are going to ask about that thing that you had them mention.
Oh, I know. I do that in Little Miss Rarity a lot.
I actually, what I do is I go through all my questions and I just kind of grab all the stuff that looks related and I blob it together and I say, okay, this looks like it could be a post. And I'll make it, because they're all related to something in some way, I'll just put it here, script this out, and that's a post right there. And I just kind of integrate it into the story and figure out what I'm doing with that. It is difficult because, there's a lot of repeat questions, there's a lot of really dumb questions, I can't use everything, and it does take a long time to get through all of them. It's taken me a couple months just to get through all the questions I've had built up. I'm just now clearing them up, so it is difficult.
Awesome.
I can imagine.
It's admirable, I gotta say.
Thanks.
Very. Okay, now for the last two questions to Jitters. Jitters,
Mhm.
this whole entire adventure, this whole entire journey, from Bald Dumblerat to Discord Who's to Jitterbug Jives, do you have any regrets?
Honestly, with all those things related to that, I don't have any regrets. The only regret that I have regarding ponies is that one commission I took because it was stupid. That's it. That's it. Everything else, I have not regretted anything in this fandom at all that I've ever had been a part of. So I'm loving it so far, and I'm continuing to love it. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop. I'm excited for season 3. I'm proud of how far the fans have brought this show. Honestly, I'm kind of proud that I feel like I might have contributed something possibly to the show, like, you know, boosting that love of Derpy, boosting the fact, you know, the love of Discord, not Discord, Dr. Hooves, because, you know, Dr. Hooves started showing up a lot more in season 2. His card was called Time Turner, which is a name that I came up with for him months before the card came out. It's just, all this stuff is just so inspiring, and I'm really excited to see where this fandom goes. I really don't want to see it fall, but it seems like it's strong enough that it might be here for quite a long time before it even dares to go anywhere.
Cool. And the very last questions I ask everyone else. Do you have any final words for your fans out there, possibly who may be becoming artists, maybe becoming voice actor, whatever that talent may be that you have inspired them to become? What will be your greatest advice to them to keep on, basically is for inspiration?
Just, you know, this is last time I did this, I was joking around, but this time, in all seriousness, I love all of you guys. Don't give up. Don't hold yourself to any standards of, you know, it's great to be inspired by other artists, but don't ever bash yourself for thinking that you're not going to be like them, because you're never going to, no artist is ever going to be like another artist. It would be bad if you ever become like another artist, because you need to find your own unique style. And when you find something you're comfortable with, just keep going, and eventually you'll find something. Even if it's not drawing, you know, writing, whatever your passion is, you keep going. You research, lots of, you know, be willing to accept that nothing's perfect. Be willing to accept that no matter what, someone out there is going to be better than you. And be willing to accept that no matter what, you're going to need something to work on, and just keep going. Because if you keep going, you will get there. Again, a good artist there's no such thing as a good artist. It's just a bad artist who never gave up.
That is a really good inspiration.
Tell them.
That's preaching it. That's preaching it. Wow. The time is now, in Pacific Standard Time, it's 10:44. And for everyone else, it's pretty much late at night. So we're going to end this stream. Everybody's pretty much tired. I know, Jitters, you're probably dead tired. You were up all night.
I was up all night. I took a 20-minute nap, and then I took another hour nap, and that's all my sleep that I've had for the past 2 days.
You're good to go. Melanie Derpy, thank you for stopping on by.
Thanks for having me.
And it's too bad that Marcy wasn't here. Yeah, was here to tell. I could tell her, you know, that thank you for stopping on by. Little Miss J, thank you for stopping on by. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Well, I'll be looking forward to the LMR update.
It should be done in a few million hours.
Oh yeah. So, you know, I'm Mean Spirit Moon with my co-host Gonzo. Flutter Knight couldn't be here with us because she's not, you know, not feeling too well. You basically have Jitterbug Jives, okay, Discord Hooves, you have Little Miss J, and you have Melmare Derpy. And we all want to bid you thank you for joining us here on this special episode, and we all bid you a very good night.
Bye. And
Later.